The second rocket's scripted, so it always hits. This guy does not give up. What? Well, Jimmy was the same way last time, so. Officer, this ain't your fight. Shit. Fuck, Dimitri's surrounded by cops.
Welcome to America. Speak English. You're a strange man. You killed your best friend. You betrayed everyone who ever came in contact with you. You killed my cousin. I guess the survival of the fittest thing really meant a lot to you.
Come on, Nick, come on, get out of here, let's go. Come on. Go on. Come on, let's go.
Roman never hurt anyone.
I know. Let's go, man. It's over. You won.
For life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. There it is. The American dream. We won. This is where the achievement or trophy would pop. Just like last time, you get it no matter what. Says you won. So enjoy the victory, basically.
inside.
New York.
А что это за парень, о котором трески шорох? Вышел в ринг, готовый растереть любого в пыль и порох. Все говорят, он молод, его кулак молот. Тату из колот, он давно для драки ищет повод. Наводит страху на бойцов, парнишка свой в рубаху. Бьет смах, пух и прах, те, кто метит ниже паху. Он вышел ростом и весит бодрых 90. И с ног его ребята сбиться просто непросто. Размах хлёсткий, удар жесткий. Так кто же он, что там еще за новый чемпион? Пред на рожон, тот, о котором все вдруг говорят вокруг. Должен выйти в ринг и показать, что он точно крут. Значит, тот еще у парня ворс. Разведка джебом в корпус, сразу виден стиль и форс. Не знает лишних движений, он без сомнений гений. Быстрее тени, достает до солнечных сплетений. Откуда сила? Бойцовая шальная жила. Бьется бейк рук, вдруг хук, острый будто шила. Газеты пишут, злой, агрессивен, примитивен. Однако интерес у парня вполне спортивен. Не для забавы ради, не ради миллионов. Парнишка безымянный вырубает чемпионов. Он тот, кто из года в год жал свой бот, чтобы взять джекпот. И вот он сейчас проводит апперкот. Скажите, что это за он, что это за парень? Король всегда в ударе, хочешь бокс, постой с ним паре. Кто знает, какова цена у короны? Эй, чемпионы, тренируй нырки и уклоны. Снова стойка, бойка, проходит двойка. Стольким стойким нужны потом шитье и кройка. Парнишка собственную тень послал бы в нокдаун. Первый раунд, последний раунд, финиш, баста, кандаун. Так что это за парень, о котором шум и гам? Вышел в ринг, готовый жевать канаты, будто баблгам. Короны свинг, всем плевать на пол, вышел ринг. Видишь корону в кольце, запомни, это Кинг Ринг.
So this is what the dream feels like. This is the victory we longed for.
Yep. This is our victory. Oh, so last time I plugged in my controller. I forgot to do that this time. So the auto off turned it off, and that's why after the credits were over, you know, before it completely faded back into the game, it went into the pause menu like that. There she is again. Same angle and everything. Statue of Happiness. Here on the Island of Happiness. Money being counted.
Mallory, the man who got Roman killed is dead.
That won't bring him back, will it? He'll never even meet his son.
Son?
I'm pregnant. We were gonna say something at the reception.
Your child will never worry about anything, Mallory.
Thank you, Nico. I know you're trying, but a child without a father has a lot to worry about. Trust me on that one.
Yeah, I mean, if we learn anything from some of the stories we heard hanging out with our friends before we ended this, right? Abusive fathers, absentee fathers. Yeah, it's not easy. And honestly, you know, in general, it's both parents. When either one is missing, can potentially cause a hell of a lot of issues, yeah.
I can't believe it, man. He's gone. He's fucking gone. Shelby man has left us. Fuck.
He didn't leave us, Brucey. He was taken away and he ain't coming back.
And on his fucking wedding day, man. I learned so much from him, man, about life and shit and important stuff like that, you know? It's so wrong, so fucking wrong.
I know, Brucey. Believe me, I know. Later on.
Since Jacob was here for this, I don't think he calls. I think that's it. Just, no matter which ending you get, it's just 2 phone calls, I believe. And that's it. Story about rags. Going from rags to slightly better rags. Oh wait, that's right. I knew there was Kate, right.
Nico, I heard about your cousin. Nico, I am so sorry.
So am I.
If you want to talk about it, if you want anything, Nico, if you just want company, call me.
I want Roman back.
Don't let this ruin you, Nico. Don't let this make you even more insular and angry. Please, call me and we can do something.
I might do that. There are more important things to be doing now, though.
Kate is such a sweetheart. That's what makes it hurt almost just as much. The other ending, you know? Just can't have it both ways. A lot of things to be learned from this ending, yeah? Meaning, either one, basically. The ending of the game in general. No matter which one you pick. A lot to be learned from it all. We ended up with virtually the same amount of money as taking the revenge path. I'd say it's almost identical, I think, yeah. Yeah, even if you take the revenge path, they still give you the money. You just don't get it until you finish this mission. Doing the, the money path that we just did right now, you get it earlier, and that's it. Because no matter what, both Dimitri and Pegorino end up dead, so... that doesn't change. Yeah, like I said, there's a lot to be learned from these endings. Revenge? Well, I mean, the thing with Darko already taught us, that revenge is not always most of the time not the best path. I mean, how many lives were changed and or ruined from Nico's path to find Darko just for revenge, right? And then killing Dimitri. Well, we saw what that causes. So sometimes it's just better to just let go. To let it go, you know? Instead of going down that horrible path that could ruin your own life as well as everybody else's. And then his other choice, doing the deal for the money instead, well, sacrificing and giving up your principles and what you stand for money, it's just as bad of a path. It could just as much ruin you. In probably a different way, but it could just as much ruin you in your whole life. And those around you. The life of those around you, so... Neither choice is really the right one, basically. That's kind of why I said before the revenge path that, we have two shitty options, basically. And I just chose the lesser of two evils, the best out of two very shitty options. Which for me was revenge. I preferred not to sacrifice, you know, what I stood for and work with Dimitri again. After he'd already backstabbed me. Remember when I first played this, I did the revenge path, and I thought I'd picked the wrong choice. And then I did the money one and saw this happen and was just like... It doesn't matter which one you do. Both paths lead to hell. But at least we're rich now. We got money. The American dream. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And this is where it ends. On Happiness Island. In front of the Statue of Happiness. Go figure. This is the victory we fought for. And yeah, that pretty much wraps it up. We still got the DLC chapters after this, but just the vanilla game alone, this story and this ending right here, when compared to other Grand Theft Auto games, it's why it's my favorite out of all of them. The only way off of here is boats from the piers or a helicopter, which I think you can find one somewhere. But, oh, actually there isn't any. You have to go... You have to go get on a boat on a pier somewhere. Or swim if you want. Well, last time I guess I didn't show the interior of this place, so I guess I'll do that this time. And I'll pick up the sweater normally. Buy a soda. I like how it was still a sprunk even though he bought one from the other machine. The E-Cola. It's not even a sprunk, it's something else. It's just in a green can. I don't even know what that is.
Rats! What a mess!
I don't know.
Get the hell out of here, you asshole! You think I'm
Look
gonna
at
take
yourself,
you?
a headless
You're
person.
crazy!
You can deal with me.
Bite their lips!
Whatever. Forgot how to spawn a chopper. Like, I forgot the phone number for it. Let me look it up real quick. So a lot of people, I've been trying to collect my thoughts on everything. A lot of people, you know, this ending sparked a lot of discussion and debate amongst the GTA community. I remember seeing it back in the day on the forums after I finished the game. People argued over which ending was better, and it boiled down to personal choice. However, I think that the discussion, the argument back then got kind of distorted because people started making their decision about which ending was best for them, their personal, you know, choice for which ending they liked better for themselves, and which one they preferred to, what choice they preferred to make for that ending. They started making that choice based on what happens afterwards. And I think that's the wrong way to look at it. And I still think, I thought that back then, and I still think that to this day. I think, the best way to make that decision, even if you know what's going to happen, even if you know the endings, is to just pretend that you don't know what's going to happen and make the decision just based on the integrity of the choice being given to you. Like, the integrity of your own principles, essentially. And that's how I still make my choice now, which is why I stick to what I did the first time. The revenge route, to me, is still the lesser of two evils, for me personally. Even considering who dies, you know, that whole thing, like, well, that's actually what I was getting at, is the fact that you shouldn't, instead of considering who's gonna die and making your choice based off that, I think you should make the choice based off, yeah, your principles and the decision that's in the moment rather than what's gonna happen afterwards, even if you know the future and the consequences of it. Obviously, if there was a path to save both of them and not have a tragedy, you know, avert the tragedy, that would obviously be the best. Even if it required future knowledge to do that. I'm sure somebody's made a fan fiction of it somewhere. Happiness is land. Happiness Island. But yeah, that's how I make my choice every time I play the game. It's never changes because that's just what I prefer, is to not give up who I am or my principles for money. It does suck that, you know, Nico doesn't get to be happy with Kate in the end. But this choice ain't much better. He'll have Kate as a good friend who will be there to support him and everything for his loss with Roman. But she'll never want to be with him as anything more than a friend from now on. And, well, Nico's lost his only family here now. At least blood family. And he's, well, shit, now he also has to break the news to his mother back home, too. Forgot about that as well. But yeah, overall, it's just a complicated situation, and it just comes down to personal choice. You're free to make the choice based on knowing what's going to happen. I just prefer to make the choice instead on principle, rather than knowing the future. I'd rather pretend not to know the future and make my decision just based on the information you have before you make your choice. And for me, yeah, that was pretty obvious. It's like, fuck Dimitri, I'm not going to work with him again. And sure enough, he backstabbed you immediately. Which is why you and Phil have to fight for the fucking money. But yeah, it is what it is. Overall, what I really like about this game is just the fact that it's thought-provoking in that sense. Because of the way they structured the ending. And it pops off a much darker and grittier story than previous Grand Theft Auto games. That delves into slightly deeper topics and stuff, and a lot more personal exploration and character development. For the main character more than anyone, Nico here, but also even for the supporting characters. Everyone's humanized just a little bit more in this game than in previous GTA games. Like, they were definitely trying to step up their game and do something more dark and serious, and they succeeded, in my opinion. They did it very well. For the standards of this franchise, I think this blew it out of the water. This was an amazing story to tell, and they did it brilliantly. Keep in mind what I said, for the standards of this franchise. I say that because, you know, obviously, if you start comparing it to other, like, deep storytelling games, like Metal Gear Solid or something like that, well, yeah, it's probably not going to measure up for everyone. But if you just measure it compared to its own peers, the other games within its own franchise, Grand Theft Auto, this is amazing, honestly. It blew me away. And it still does. Even more so than GTA 5. It blew me away and impressed me a lot. And yeah, still does. It's just a shame the physics and game engine just isn't that good compared to GTA 5. That one's much more fun to play. But because I'm someone who sees video games as interactive movies and interactive storytelling, and I prioritize story a lot, I'm not going to say I always put it above gameplay. If the gameplay is complete garbage for a game, I still probably won't enjoy it. I've said it, my example is The Last of Us. Way too much forced stealth. I feel like if you don't stealth in that game, you're just fucked. So otherwise I'd replay that more often, and I would actually probably stream it as well. But right now it's just, I don't want to deal with it. I'm just like, ugh. The gameplay is just not for me. But the story, fucking AAA for me, top notch. I haven't played the second one. I've only played the first. And that's, you know, how I'm forming my opinion. I know other people, for some reason, had the first one ruined to the second one. They didn't like the second one or something, but, you know. That's neither here nor there. That's another franchise, it's a different game. But I'm just giving an example of how, you know, if you don't compare this game to something like The Last of Us or Metal Gear Solid, if you just compare it to its own peers, within its own franchise, Grand Theft Auto, I think this game's the best. In terms of story. Which is a big thing for me, so. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I can't really think of much else to say about this. It is what it is. I think it's a masterpiece. And the add-ons, the extra episodes that I'll be playing after this, the 2 DLC packs, expansion packs, they only add to it. They make the game better, in my opinion. But I already thought it was amazing just from this alone, you know? Whew. Anyway, I guess, I don't think the emails will be different, but I'll go back to the apartment and check that really quick. I don't want to waste a bunch of time trying to show this Easter egg again. It was a little difficult the first time, you know? Oh, actually, you know what? I will try it because it is a fast travel back to town, actually. So, I'll go for it. There's no guarantee that I'll nail it, but we're gonna try. It's the only way to land here, because every chopper has rotor blades that is just way too fucking big. You can't land here normally. You have to do that shit. No hidden content this way. So you say. Hold on a second. Man, Roman's death, it hits even harder when Mallory calls you and tells you that she was pregnant. Roman told us himself in the other ending, but it's just like... such a feels bad. The heart of Liberty City. The only way to get down from here is death anyway, so... Shit, there's someone in the back, isn't there? Yeah. Not gonna stop. So much for a quick and easy way back to the fucking hotel. Or, sorry, the apartment. I guess if I had to add anything else, it was just... I already said it before, though. At the beginning of the game, that they were trying something new and different with this game. Since, you know, everything before this, all the stories before this were always just these lighthearted sort of action comedies, essentially. You know? But with this game, they threw their hat in the ring for melodramatic storytelling. That's what I feel like they nailed and hit it out of the park for one of their first attempts for doing that in this franchise. I think they did a great job. An amazing job, even. This happens no matter what ending. Yeah, you get the what they do not want you to know or whatever. We read that last time. It's maps for all the collectibles in the game, plus body armor, weapons, and health pack locations. Brucey Kivitz, here for you. Instead of an email from Roman, we get one from Brucey. Obviously, Roman can't email us, he's dead. Man, what can I say? I miss that fat bastard. He was like family to me. And he was family to you. Man, I miss that guy. I haven't cried since I was 2 years old. Until now. On his wedding day. Man, get yourself down to gym. Get yourself down to gym. Go out for a run. Do anything to take your mind off it. I'm here for you. Later. Brucey Kivitz. The one email we've gotten from him where he actually sounds human. Even then, it's still a little quirky. You can see his quirks in it, but it's like... It's the most human email we've ever gotten from this guy. Thanks, Brucey. That's it. Alright, folks. Well, that's it. Yeah, it took about an hour to do all that, so... Well, actually, it took longer, considering we started way back from, like... What was it? Deciding Darko's fate. See if we were gonna, like, exact our revenge on him or not. 2 hours and 15 minutes. Yeah, stream took about as long as I thought it would. I was like, 1 hour, then I thought how back we were gonna be, I was like, it's gonna take 2 hours. Sure enough, it did. Plus, the credits are long. But, yeah, that's it for me for now. If I have anything more to say about this ending and everything else that happened, it'll probably come to mind afterwards. Because, like, usually, you know, the emotional trauma and everything, soaking it all back in, it's like I have so much to say, but I can't find the words for it. So it just kind of stays. And this has happened even with games that don't have emotional trauma, per se. Like, they're not, like, melodramatic endings like this one. Sometimes I don't get everything I want to say out, but I don't remember things that I wanted to say until way after the stream's over. It can't be helped. It is what it is. But that's why, you know, it's always fun, and it's always possible, at least, to be able to just revisit the game later. Like, it's not like this is the last time I'm ever going to stream this game. For Vice City Stories and Liberty City Stories, yeah, unless I can, you know, get them working on my emulator next time, then yeah, sure. Because I have the discs, I can just pop them into my computer's, you know, disc reader or whatever, and then I can play them on an emulator completely legally. And why I say that, why I say emulator, it'll look a lot better than it looked. God, the quality was so bad on the native PS2 with the component AV cables, even with the upscaling on the HDMI cord. converter I have it hooked up to, it still looks so bad. Couldn't even read the subtitles that well. Anyway, what I'm saying is, you know, if I can just capture it off my PC screen instead through an emulator and get it working that way, then yeah, I'd be willing to replay those again too. But if I ever play this franchise again, it would probably, you know, that putting that aside, it would most likely just be GTA 3, Vice City, San Andreas, and then 4 and 5. Well, 4 and its DLC episodes, and then 5. But yeah, I digress. What I was getting at is sometimes, yeah, or it's nice that I can always come back to play this again whenever on stream, and then maybe next time I'll actually be able to get more of my thoughts out there than this run through, because like I said, sometimes things come to me after I'm done streaming. I'm like, oh shit, that's right, I should have said that. I wanted to say that and I totally forgot. You know, it happens. I'm pleased to say that most of the time that doesn't happen though. Most of the time when I finish, I'm like, yeah. Even like days after, I'm like, yeah, I definitely said everything on, like, most of what I wanted to say when I finished that one game. So most of the time it doesn't happen. Anyway, I'm just rambling now. So, like I said, I'm done for now. Thank you all very much for watching. I appreciate your support across Twitch and YouTube, wherever you choose to watch and support me. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. As always, please take care of yourselves. Look after each other. Stay safe out there. And I feel like those words hit a little bit harder just thinking about how this ended. Stay safe out there and look after each other. And I guess I should add, for this special occasion, don't give up what you believe in for money or for revenge. Revenge just isn't worth it. Neither one is worth it. Both of those things. Neither one is worth it. I think that's the main lesson imparted here. Neither one was worth it. Feels bad, man. Well, till next time, have a good morning, afternoon, evening, and night. Thank you all very much for watching once again. I appreciate it. Stay safe out there. Take care of each other. And yeah, just take care in general. Look after yourselves.